it's Parmdeep Vadesha here. Hope you're well. This is the second video of 5 that I'm going to be launching to do with how to make £3,000 to £10,000 per month as a property trader. It's been really nice sharing these strategies with you. We had loads of emails come back from the first video. We've had so much response actually that we're thinking of running a one-day workshop on the 27th of November. If you're interested, just watch to the end of this video and I'll tell you a bit more about that. I'm also going to be telling you about how to find the deals in this video. I'm going to be telling you about some of the really cool things that you can do to get other people doing a lot of the work for you. Right, so why should you get into deal packaging? I know I mentioned this in the first video, I'm not going to go over it all again, but here's just some of the reasons for your own purposes, just to see why this is such a powerful strategy for the current climate. I mean, the great thing is you don't need mortgages or finance because you're not actually buying the properties to sell them on, you're taking control to sell them. So which means you don't need the finance, you don't need startup investment. It's great fun, you can do it from home. All you need is a laptop and a phone. You can do great big deals as easily as a small deal. It's no different, and the amount of money is it's unlimited basically, because it's not limited to how much you can borrow as more traditional strategies. Time is very low if you do it properly. Negotiation can be outsourced as we've done. Lots of software out there. I mean, I'll just quickly mention some of the software we've used. There's one called Salesforce.com, which we're sort of getting in with at the moment and using that for our lead management, and various other bits and pieces. Basecamp HQ is also very good. Works just as well for BMV deals and leads with little or no equity, and I'll come on to that because lots of people were asking about that. How can you package deals that don't have much equity in them? So we'll come on to that, and here's some other reasons as well that you can see. But I love this strategy. I think it's a brilliant thing to do. Just again, if you want to see my credentials, I'm not one of those people who just talks about this and doesn't do it. In fact, if you look at what we do, you'll see we do lots of these deals. If you go to my website and click on ready-made deals, which I've done there, if you have a look, we've got 18 pages of deals that we've sold over time. Each page has about 20 or 15 to 20 odd deals on there, and each of those deals has made us a minimum of 2 to 3 grand. So you can see the kind of money that can be made. And the great thing is, you don't need to be doing 20 deals a month or 40 deals a month like we do. Just one deal a month is enough to cover most people's salary, so that you can do this full time and have a great lifestyle. So that's the great thing about this, and I'm not going to try and convince you that's a good strategy, because I think you should. I think you can tell that for yourself. Okay, so what we're going to do is just move on from the questions that I had from the last video. So lots of people ask questions about valuing the deals and where should they be investing, and risks and packaging deals from estate agents, and lots of other questions that you can see there. One or two of these questions I'll cover on this video, and the rest will be covered in the remaining 3 videos, because I want to progress you in a logical sequence from finding, from valuing, packaging, and then selling. So these questions will be answered as we go throughout the videos, and some of them I'll answer now. So this is the second of 5 videos that will be teaching you how to find and package deals to make 3k to 10k a month. Today we're going to be talking about finding deals that you can package and sell for profits of 3k to 10k, give you some marketing strategies that we've been using, and talk to you about how to find and persuade other people to find deals for you. Okay, so how to find the deals. Again, I'm going to try and keep this as simple as possible, but it'll give you a good insight into what we do. The thing is, there's only really 2 ways to find deals. There's your own efforts and there's other people's efforts. I know that's a very simplistic way of looking at it, but that's basically, it is very basic. There's only 2 ways. So now, which is best? Now, I would suggest that you try to achieve a balance between the 2, which is what we've done in our business, because you don't really want to outsource all of it to other people to do all the work, because those people aren't directly employed by you, and they're not directly involved in your business as such. That might just be independent finders and other investors doing their own deals, and they're fantastic to start with, because then you're not really doing a lot of work. They're just finding the deals for themselves. There'll be some deals they don't really want, they just give them to you, you sell them on, make a bunch of money. Generally speaking, you split what you make with them, so 50-50 is what we do. So you're splitting the money with them. Whereas if you're finding the deals yourself using your own marketing, then not only do you keep all the money, but you also control the marketing. So you can control, actually this month I want to make 15 grand as opposed to 4 grand, so I'm going to just ramp up my marketing for the next month or 2, get more deals coming in, and then a month after that you might be thinking, well, I don't need that much money, so I'll just keep it a bit less and I'll just lower my marketing. You're in control, and that's a great feeling because that gives you a long-term base from which your deals will come. So I would suggest that you balance the two, do your own marketing as well as marketing using other people's efforts. And your own marketing would involve things like search engine optimization, which it sounds complicated, but it's actually very simple, and I can show you that at some point. I won't go over it in this video because it's quite a long subject, but it is actually very simple. Then you've got other things like leaflets and local paper advertising and this sort of thing. And the reason why it's good to do your own advertising like that is it builds your brand and it builds up a good brand awareness, and it means you'll get leads and deals over time, even when you don't do so much advertising. So which marketing strategies work best for finding deals? First question I need to ask is, do you want to package deals locally or nationally? And the reason why that's important is because you might well be already doing some kind of advertising, and is that local or is it national? My advice is to start with local, because it's much easier to start locally and build up a foundation there, because as I said before, you can do a bit of marketing, build up some brand awareness. It's easy to find local investors because you can just go to an auction and meet a bunch of investors. You can talk to local letting agents. Actually, finding investors is what I'm going to cover in the next video, but that's just a basic insight into what you can do. It's very good, very easy to start, and then once you've done that well, you can then go off and do national. Local marketing strategies are the internet, which has changed a lot recently. Let me just show you Google local. If I just typed in sell house Leicester, and if you can notice now, what you're seeing is the local results, these two here, relate to this map which is starting to appear now, which is really interesting, because what's fascinating is the local results now are appearing above the organic results, which are here. So in the olden days, you could say, I'm at the top of Google and I get all the traffic because my search engine team have got me there. Well, not anymore, because now you're looking at these guys, this result below the local results. And now in this case, this chap happens to be the same person, but very often it's not. So that's a really interesting way to look at things, because now it's all about knowing how to get yourself ranked for Google local as much as it is for Google organic. And if you notice also, sometimes what you'll find is the map here will move along down with your results as well. If I just do that, oh, it's not going now this time, but sometimes the map will move down as well. So the map sometimes will even cover the pay-per-click results from that people are actually paying for. So as you scroll down, the map covers those, and that's also another innovation, something to think about. That's going to change things. So Google local is changing things, Facebook is changing things, the internet, if you can get some knowledge of that, is going to be a huge game changer and something I'd recommend you look at. Then you've got the local papers, you've got leaflets, you've got local targeted advertising. Lots of people I know do bus shelters and billboards and things. Again, that's building your brand locally. It's something I'd recommend, because over time it makes it easier for you to get those leads in, because people will have seen your advertising, so that when the leaflet drops through the door, it's like, oh yeah, I've seen those guys before, I can trust them, and they're more likely to contact you as opposed to somebody who they've never heard of before. So that can work well. We did local first, and then we built up to national, and that is again internet. You can do national papers, yellow pages, TV, radio, and lots of other things. So I would advise starting with local. I'd advise, if you wanted to, just go on YouTube and watch some videos on the internet advertising side of things, internet marketing, type in things like Google local advertising and stuff like that. You'll find lots of really good free videos that you can use. Okay, so getting other people to find all your deals for you. Now, this is something that we've done quite well, and we work with lots of other people who are finding deals, and we act as a middleman for those deals. Now, you might be asking yourself this question: why, if someone's finding a good deal, would they want to move it on? Interesting question. It's a good question. Because of the current climate, there are lots of people out there finding deals at the moment, but they can't buy those deals themselves because of the way finance has gone. Lots of banks are deciding to cap the amount of mortgages people can have with them. So, Lloyd's Group, for example, are capping the amount of mortgages, properties you can have with them at 3 properties, and they cover the BM, Birmingham Midshire, C&G, Lloyd's Group. So that's been an issue for some investors. Then you've got a couple of other lenders in the market, and some people might not qualify for those lenders, or they might just not want to buy that particular property. Whatever the case, lots of people at the moment are finding really good deals because of the economic climate, but they don't want to buy or can't buy, and in many cases they can't trade either, because you've got to look at yourself as someone who has actually made the effort to educate themselves on how deal trading works. I would say you are 1 in 100. Most people don't watch these videos and learn about deal packaging and how they can trade deals and do things in a different way. So most people, when they get a deal they can't buy themselves, they just waste it. They just look at it and think, well, actually I'm not buying that. I don't know anybody else who wants it, so I won't do anything with it. So that's the problem, because most people don't know any investors who want to buy those sorts of deals. So once you have the buyers in place, you can then go to any finder or dealer and strike up a joint venture. And that's how many of our deals are done. And to put together those partnerships, you've really got to focus on the next video I'm doing, which is all about finding investors. But before we come on to that, to find these people who have got these deals coming in, you look at your local papers, the same things that I mentioned in the last slide, which I'm just going to show you. So look at your local paper, look at people dropping local leaflets, look at people doing bus shelters or billboards or advertising in your local yellow pages. Go on the internet and type in sell my house, whatever your location might be, and you'll find lots of people advertising. They're the people you want to approach and put the proposition to them that, hey look, I've got investors, and that's what I'm going to be showing you in the next video. I've got the investors, and what I want to do is why don't we work out a deal where if you've got any deals that you don't want to buy, send them to me and I'll pass them on to my investors, and if I sell them on, we'll make a nice profit for both of us. And most of those people are very happy on that basis, because these are deals that they're going to waste anyway. So they weren't intending to buy them, so it's money for nothing. And if you explain to them that just by trading on some of the deals that they don't really want, they can make enough money to cover their advertising, to pay for the deals that they do want. So the way to put it to them is, look, you can actually have free advertising, all your advertising done for free. If you work with me on this basis, we'll generate some money that'll pay for all your marketing costs. So it's a very good way to do it, and that's how we've put together a lot of our partnerships, and that's how we get so many deals coming in from other people. Just going to quickly mention the workshop. I'd love to have you there, because it's going to be a great opportunity for me to really work with you one-on-one and show you all this stuff. The only problem we've got at the moment is since we've only just thought of it, because lots of people have been asking me about it, we haven't really put together a proper page or anything like that. It's very early, and because it's so early, we'll give you a really good discount. So it's normally about £600 we charge for these workshops. We can do it for you. We'll do a really good price, 50% off, but only if you book before the 11th of November. So, what's it going to be all about? Well, what it'll be is it'll be me and my team working with you in a very small group, small room. You'll get lots of opportunities to ask us one-on-one questions, and we'll work with you in groups to do exercises. And the main thing is we give you everything you need to know to go away and package deals and sell them and make 3k to 10k per month. In fact, we're so confident we can do it, we'll give you a full money back guarantee that if you haven't done a deal in 6 months, we'll give you all your money back. So we're very confident we can do it, and it's something actually I'd really enjoy, because it's nice just to, rather than doing these videos which are very sort of one-sided, I don't really get to see what you're asking me or get any feedback. It'd be nice to have you in front of me and show you all this stuff, give you all the paperwork, show you the systems, introduce you to my team, get you to meet some of my finders. Actually, I'll even introduce you to some of my investors as well, so you can leave that room with some investors' details in your pocket, so you're already ready to go, so that you can start selling deals when you get back home. But if you want to come, there's no website or anything just yet. Just send me an email, deeperproperty-system.com, with your name and phone number, and I'll get somebody to give you a buzz and walk you through the whole event. Okay, so part 3, I can't wait to share this with you, because this is going to be the really interesting stuff. Not that what I've been sharing hasn't been interesting, but this is the really kind of meat and potatoes type of stuff. So how do you find the investors who are going to buy your deals? How do you know how to value a deal? Because that's quite important. If you don't know how to value them, then it's very hard to price them and get them sold and make your profit. How to price the deal, so what kind of commission do you charge is very important to maximize your profits. I'll also talk about good areas as well. I'll tell you actually what areas we get the most demand for, because obviously running this business, I get to see which areas are very important and people do want to buy in. So if you've got any questions, I'm kind of mumbling along there. If you've got any questions, then please just drop me an email, and I'll try and answer them in future videos. Hope you found this video useful, and I look forward to sharing the next video with you.